YouTube, what's going on? Thank you for clicking on the video. Today we are going to be ranking all 39 mastery camos on every Call of Duty multiplayer title since the very first one dropped over 15 years ago on COD 4. I was reading through my comments the other day and someone asked me, what's the hardest mastery grind that you've actually completed? And I instantly thought Damascus, but then it got me thinking, which of these camos was actually worth it? Which one looks the best? So I threw together a tier list and I'm going to go through and rank every single camo from every single multiplayer title. I'm going to try and throw up a picture of each camo from in-game so that you can get a better idea of what it looks like in case you haven't seen some of these before if you're newer to the franchise. And then at the end, you can go in the comments and tell me why I'm wrong and why I've got horrible taste. So let's get into things. Okay, as you can see, I've got every mastery camo from every game listed here in release order and unlock order as well. And I'm just going to go through, I'm going to rank every single one from S through to L. S is the absolute best of the best mastery camos. A, B, C obviously speak for themselves. And L is what I'm going to deem isn't worthy of being a mastery camo and what probably wasn't worth grinding for in the first place. Okay, so starting off with COD 4, this is the very first mastery camo we had in. This was purely just a gold. And I remember this was super shiny, super in keeping with the art style of the game. It looked gritty but reflective. It stood out to anyone who saw it on the map. And I remember all the lobbies of people grinding for this. This was, of course, the first gold camo that I unlocked. And I remember it pretty fondly. So I'm going to stick this one in B. Black Ops 1 gold. For me, I think this might be the best gold camo that we've ever had. I think it was super clean. It built on how good COD 4 looked. Worth grinding for. It was noticeable, felt rewarding. That one's going to get an A from me. Modern Warfare 3 gold. Again, I'm going to be quick with this one. This was pretty flat. I thought it was nice and reflective. It looked good. But for me, the Modern Warfare 3 one, it just doesn't stand out quite as much as COD 4. So I'm going to stick this one in C. On to Black Ops 2. And again, I'm feeling a little bit repetitive at this point because I know all the gold camos look super similar. But for me, this one, again, nothing wrong with it. Nice and clean, shiny. It stood out. This is the first title that we actually got a diamond camo on as well. I've named this one wrong. But yeah, the gold in this game, I think pretty nice. Again, nothing wrong with it, but it doesn't stand out too much. So I'm just giving that one a C. Now on to Black Ops 2 diamond. This is a super nice looking camo. And at the time, I think it would have really stood out to people. But looking back and comparing it to some of the ones that we've had since, I don't think it stands out that well. I don't think it's all that much better than gold in truth. And it's not an L for me, but it's going to go in a C as well. Next up, we have gold from COD Ghosts. And this one, I think, is where things started to get away from them a little bit. Of all the gold camos that we've had so far, I think this one has to be the flattest, probably the ugliest, and like the least kind of reflective. And it draws your eye to it probably like the least compared to all of the other golds that we've seen. So it's going to go in an L for me. I think a lot of people have different opinions on COD Ghosts. I didn't play it too much. I didn't enjoy it that much. But yeah, for me, gold on this game, it's just not that appealing. Speaking of mixed opinions on games, Advanced Warfare, so yeah, that isn't super fondly remembered, and honestly for me, I don't think the gold from Advanced Warfare is super fondly remembered either. Many of the same reasons as Ghost. This one's going an L for me, and at this point as well, we've seen gold so many times, like, I feel like they could have got this a bit better. Next up, we have Diamond from Advanced Warfare, and honestly, this is going to be one of the quickest, simplest, and easiest L's that I'm going to dish out today. This camo just looks so flat, so unappealing. I know that they're trying to draw attention to royalty, which is the main mastery camo, but it just looks so underwhelming, especially compared to, well, honestly, all of the other camos that we've had gone before it. So yeah, that one's getting a hard L. I'm not even going to talk about that anymore. Royalty, this one's a difficult one for me. So this is the first, I guess, like super mastery that we had. This is like the first third tier mastery camo that we had in Advanced Warfare here. And I think like it's really cool to see that they tried to do something different, but there's essentially like a gold underlay and it's not even like super shiny. I don't think it's an L, but I'm going to put it in C because I just don't think it's that great. Black Ops 3 gold. Yeah, Black Ops 3, obviously one of the favorite titles of the whole COD franchise. And they didn't do too much wrong, I gotta say. For me, the gold, yeah, I think it's fine. It's everything that you'd expect from gold. It's shiny, it stands out. It's not underwhelming compared to the other camos. Solid C. That said, the diamond in this game, not a fan. That one for me, it's going in L as well. This is a personal thing maybe. I'm not a huge fan of diamond. I think a lot of the diamond camos they've done have actually been really underwhelming. So I don't know, maybe it's just me. I'm not a fan. I don't think it's that great. I think they've done a lot more better camos, including and especially Dark Matter, which is for me, Black Ops 3 Dark Matter, one of the best camos that they've ever released. For me, especially with the art style of the game, knowing where we were with the hardware at the times and stuff like that, I'm gonna go ahead and give this an S. I think this is one of my favorites so far. Dark Matter, it just looks super clean from Black Ops 3. Okay, next we got gold from Infinite Warfare. Again, probably not one of the favorite titles for the majority of the player base, maybe not super fondly remembered by a lot of people. And I think the gold here for me, it's an L. I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't think it stands out very well. It looks really flat on the gun. But yeah, next is the diamond. And hey, I've already said I'm not a huge diamond fan, but this is designed in a pretty different way to some of the diamonds we've had before. I think it stands out a hell of a lot more. It looks a little bit more fluid and stuff. I like this. I'm going to put it in C. Next, we've got Solar, and I think like you can see that they've tried to do something a little bit different here. I mean, it still follows that kind of gold roots that we see a lot through these camos, but it's obviously a slightly different style to what they've gone with before. I think, you know, they did something different. I don't really think it worked out. I think it looks like, I don't know, there's melted cheese all over the gun or something like that.
I'm just cheese.
Then we have the Ultimate Mastery in Infinite Warfare, and that is the Black Sky camo. For me, didn't unlock this, didn't grind for this, but looking at it, I think it's one of the best camos that they've done today. I don't think it's like an S tier, but it's a solid A. I'm a big fan of that. I'd be super happy grinding towards that now, honestly. All right, then we're going into Modern Warfare Remastered. So this is the initial 2007 Call of Duty Modern Warfare COD 4, however you want to title it, the remastered version of that. We have gold in this game. Again, for me, I'm going to put it in B. I think like it matches the art style. It's super shiny. It's been upgraded from COD 4, but it still follows the same nice gritty theme, but it stands out well. I like it. I'm a fan. Now we have Regal camo, and I'm a big fan of this because they've actually done something different here. You look at what we've had go before, and we have what? We have like 11 gold bases for the camos here and stuff, and I think like as much as everybody knows it looks good, I just think like you just want to see them do something different. We know perfectly well that they're capable of creating all these really cool camos. I think Regal is one of the first ones they've really done that. I love the use of reds on guns personally. I think I'm a huge fan of this. I'd love to see it come back. I'm gonna put this in A. Then we have the Ultimate Mastery for Modern Warfare Remastered. This is Exclusion Zone. I think probably this is one of the camos that people are least familiar with, which genuinely in my opinion is one of the biggest shames, because this for me is incredible. When we saw a rumor earlier this year that this was going to be in Modern Warfare 2 2022, I was super excited. I mean, there's still a few rumors that it could be like part of the Ultimate Weapon Mastery grind. I honestly don't think it's going to be. I want it to be because I would love to unlock this. I didn't unlock this on Modern Warfare Remastered, but it looks incredible. Genuinely one of my favorite camos ever. This for me, undisputed, it's going in S. Moving on to World War II, and finally, for the first camo, we don't have a gold. We have a ruby. This is super clean. There's nothing too much to be said about it, but like COD 4 and Modern Warfare Remastered Gold, I think that it looks sleek, it stands out, it's in keeping with the art style of the game, super shiny, and it's something different. Like for me, I don't know, I like this is somewhere between like B and A. I feel like because it's one color, I'm gonna leave it in B. This probably could get an A from me, but that might be the bias just from the fact that I love the reds on the camos, so you know. Then second we have Chrome. Again, like for me, I think this is a B. This is super clean. I don't think there's anything outstanding about it, but it looks very, very sleek, very clean, a lot less messy than some of the golds and the diamonds that we have below here. Then we have Chrome Tiger, so we actually have an integration of like a Call of Duty classic in the Tiger camos and the Mastery camos, so it's kind of like a mix of both. Yeah, you know, I'm going to be generous and give this a B as well. I think World War II had some pretty solid camos. You know what? No, I've changed my mind. Okay, these are going in C because I just wouldn't choose them over Ruby or these golds, personally. Black Ops 4 gold. Yeah, for me, this is a C. I think it's not, you know, it's pretty clean. What more can I say about gold at this point? Diamond, however, I mean, I struggled to get a decent picture of this, but the diamond, I think this is probably the best diamond that I've seen. They upgraded from Black Ops 2. You know, it looks built on top of the gold. I think this looks really nice, and I'm willing to put it in B, even as someone who's not a huge diamond fan myself. Then we have Dark Matter, and again, like this is a little bit of a hard one to rank because Dark Matter on Black Ops 4, it was actually reactive, so the more kills that you got, up to a 10 kill streak, I think, the gun changed color. It evolved from like starting as a purple into this orange, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and rank it on like its final coloring, and I'm gonna put it in A. I think it's close to S. I don't know if that's going to be a popular or unpopular opinion or not. I think it looks really, really good. Yeah, I don't know. I think that like Exclusion Zone, Dark Matter, they're cleaner. They look more embedded in the weapon, and that's really what I love about that. Modern Warfare 19 Gold, like I've said about Gold so many times, this was fine. I quite like the little pattern underneath and stuff. It didn't cover as much the gun as many of the other Golds that we've had, so I think it's just okay. Platinum on this game actually got an upgrade, and it's still going to go in Al for me. I think this is super underwhelming. At this point, we've seen Platinum, Chrome, Diamond. Like, I would have liked to have seen something different when I was grinding for those camos. I didn't think the Platinum looked good or special. It needed an upgrade for people to even use it on their guns because it was so flat and dark and underwhelming before that it didn't even feel like a Mastery camo. And yeah, not giving it. Damascus. Now, as I've said, this was the hardest camo that I actually grinded for. This was difficult to get, man. The way that you had to play Modern Warfare 19, some of the challenges that you had to complete, the long shots, the prone kills, the kills in smoke, hip fires, crouched. The whole grind was pretty ugly. And for this camo, yeah, it didn't feel very worth it. I'm giving it a B. It's not terrible. It's different to a lot of things they've done before, but I just think it's underwhelming, man. Obsidian, I think, you know what? Obsidian's getting a B from me as well. I like Obsidian for how clean it is. The fact that it covers every inch of the gun is is great. I love that from a camo. I want it to cover everything. I don't want to work really hard to unlock all of these things and then actually be able to see it on only like half of my weapon, or when I start swapping attachments around, I can't see it at all. So the coverage, great. The design, yeah, it looks like obsidian. That said, I mean, it's all black. It's not super creative. I think B's fair. Black Ops Cold War, this was straight after the Damascus grind, and honestly, yeah, I don't know how I feel about some of these camos. The gold, it's fine. It's gonna get a C. It's not particularly overwhelming, but it's not terrible. The diamond, yeah, the diamond just about scrapes into C. I'll give it that. The combo of the gold and the diamond was pretty nice, you know, and it looked good in Warzone 2, so, you know, I'm not gonna knock it. And then DMU is, this DMU was pretty clean. We haven't had too many purples overall. It looks super fluid. It wrapped the guns really nicely, so yeah, I'm not gonna knock it. I think it's worth a B. Now onto Vanguard, and wow, Vanguard, man, won't that go down in the memory of Call of Duty fans worldwide? Yeah, the gold, I don't think it's as bad as some of the ones in L, so I'm gonna be generous and put gold in C. Platinum, again, like much like diamond before, this is actually the quickest L. This platinum gun in Vanguard, it looked like a cheese grater. It looked like it had just been rolled around in thumbtacks or something. Honestly, like this, least favorite camo of all time. Atomic, Atomic's a tough one for me. I'm gonna put this in a B bracket as well. I think it's fine. I think it's, you know, everyone said Atomic is Damascus 2.0, and I mean, hell, like if we just slap them next to each other, I mean, you can see where they're coming from. We just have more yellow in here, right? Then finally on to Modern Warfare 2, the 2022 edition of the franchise. Gold in this game, honestly, super good. One of the favorites that I've had. You know, like, do I think it's as good as Black Ops 1? I think it's pretty close. It's gonna get a B from me though, because it is just gold at the end of the day. Platinum, Platinum I still find underwhelming, you know, it's just like a shiny silver, but some of the patterning and stuff that they've got on there, you know, I feel like it's better than editions we've had before. This is somewhere between a B and a C for me. I'm probably gonna be generous and go B. Then finally we have like the two ultimate mastery camos of Modern Warfare 2. We have Polyatomic and Orion. I'm gonna start with Orion, the final mastery. This for me is gonna get an A. It's close to an S, I can't lie. I am a big fan. I think it needs to be sped up a little bit more, brightened up a little bit more, but Infinity Ward have shown that they're no stranger to updating the camos when needs be. If they can brighten this up, I think it could be an S. I think it's a really nice camo, I can't lie. And then finally, Polyatomic. I skipped over this for a reason. This one for me, I'm gonna put it in S. There's times where I would think about putting it in A, just because I think in the wrong lighting it can look a little bit tacky with the kind of crystal design on there. As you can probably tell from some of my branding and things like that, I love purple. I think this looks great on the weapon. I think it's worthy of it. All right, so this is it, guys. This is my final tier list of all the 39 mastery camos we've had since gold dropped for the very first time in Call of Duty 4 in 2007. What I want you to do now is go in the comments, tell me down below, do you think I'm right or wrong on any of these? And one other thing too, if you've seen a camo in this that you haven't actually seen before or that you don't remember, do me a favor and drop a like on the video. But don't forget, this is just my personal opinion. Everyone's entitled to their own, so don't go shouting at me too much if you think I'm completely wrong on any of these. And hey, if I've forgotten any camos here, you know, I've really racked my brain and I've researched a little bit too. I don't think I am, but just let me know if I have, okay? I appreciate you guys checking out the video. If you enjoyed, please do subscribe to the channel. If you want to have a go at the tier list, I'm going to drop the link in the description down below. But I appreciate you guys checking out the video, and I'll catch you in the next one.